Yo guys, what is up? We're going to another YouTube video and more. Today in this video we are doing another display video, but today is going to be a bit different because I'm just going to be updating my DC Multiverse Justice League display because I have some new figures that I want to add and kind of differentiate from my old display, because I don't think my old display was honestly too good. You could see some of the figures that were back here. One thing that I did get for this shelf is I finally got some lights. So now I've got a light for this shelf, which I think really helps it pop and stuff. So yeah, we're going to be changing out some of the figures, changing out some of the characters, and really that's pretty much going to be it for today's video. Just some updates, little things here and there. But I am going to take off all the figures and dust the shelf, obviously. Okay, now that I have everything dusted and ready to go, all the figures are off the shelf. The main thing that I think was bad and kind of holding down my original iteration for my Justice League shelf was that it was just kind of bland. So I kind of want to spice that up today. And I want to have like the main core characters of the league up in the front, and then some of the background characters in the league in the back. And that's kind of what I'm going to go for. So I think there's going to be like 6 or 7. Oh my god. Maybe characters up in the front and then the other ones in the back. So yeah, I do have some new figures. So I have Hal Jordan's Green Lantern, I have the new 52 Soups, and then some other figures that I do want to just add in that I have already. So I do have a flight stand, and I'm thinking kind of maybe, what if I have Superman up on the flight stand in the back of like the 4-6, like maybe something like this up here. I think that looks kind of good. What do you guys think? I think that looks good. Yeah, and then we're gonna have some other characters in front of him. I definitely want to put Hal in there. And then one thing that I'm really debating on is either putting in Jay Garrick Flash, Barry Allen Flash, or Wally West Flash. I'm thinking we can have at least 2, so maybe one of them in the back. Last time I had Wally West in the back, but I kind of wanted to be in the front now, but I think the colors would pop more with Jay Garrick. But maybe we'll go with this one, because this is my only real like comic Barry Allen Flash. So might have to go with this one. Only thing is, with this one, his ankles are really loose, so it's going to be hard for him to stand up. Maybe something like that. Gonna put Aquaman, I think, back here, because that's a nice classic comic book version of Aquaman, and I kind of like that pose as well. I think Adam deserves to be one of the big ones up in front, so we're going to put him in here somewhere. Now, obviously, we need a good classic Batman on the shelf. But my Nightfall Batman is broken in half, and that's been like that for like a couple months now. So originally I was using this Batman, but I kind of want to choose a different one. And I'm kind of leaning more towards, what about that one there? I don't know, I gotta choose. Okay, so I think this is like the main Justice Leaguers. Up in the front here, we have Aquaman, Adam with a little, I added the little Adam that's like kind of like he's growing or shrinking. And then you have the Flash, Superman, Batman. I opted for the first appearance Batman. And then I did actually add the Wonder Woman, even though she's not the best figure, but I do need a Wonder Woman on my display. So I added her. And then we also have Green Lantern in the back. I might change his pose because I don't like how he's kind of hidden by Wonder Woman. But, yeah. Now we've got to kind of add, like, the background Justice Leaguers. So I'm adding Commander Steel in here. I think right there is pretty good. I do want to add, Wave Rider. He's a really cool figure. I don't really like his pose, though. I'm going to change that. I'm thinking of using this little flight stand here for Hal Jordan Green Lantern, because I do want to kind of have him up, but I don't know how I'm going to do that. I don't know. Okay, so I switched some things around. I put Diana over here. I'm going to move over Batman a little bit, and then I've kind of got Green Lantern just on the normal DC Multiverse stand, but then I've got the little flight stand kind of helping him balance and stand upright. So we're going to try and fit this underneath his Batman stand, and then I think that's it. Yes. Well, it could be better, but I think he needs to angle his ankle. I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't like that. Maybe if I put like Commander Steel behind him, kind of filling up that little dead space right there. Yeah, I think that's better. I think that's better. I might change it around a little bit, but I think that's pretty good so far. Okay, I think I've kind of got it sorted out now. I ended up just opting out not putting Green Lantern on a flight stand. I don't really like his pose that he's in, so after the video, I might go ahead and change that, but I'm not sure. But now we're going to go back and add some more background leaguers. I definitely want to add Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, but I'm going to have them in their same sort of pose that I have him like right here, where he's holding up the phone and they're taking a selfie, just because I think that emulates their friendship like a bunch. I don't know whether I should add a second lantern into the display with Simon Baz. I'm kind of debating it because he was my Green Lantern on the first iteration. So, well, actually the very first iteration, I think it was like one of my other Hal Jordans that I have. But yeah, sorry, Christopher Reeve, you're gonna be going on another shelf one day. But don't worry, Christopher Reeve fans, because he will be back in an upcoming video, so stay tuned for that. I am the only live action Justice League member I'm gonna have on the shelf. I think is gonna be the Blue Beetle, just because he looks just like the comic version. So I think he's okay to have on the shelf, if I'm being honest. I love all the little speedster effects that the Rebirth flashes came with, the ones that use this Rebirth body, because they're just really cool, and I think they add a lot to the display of the figure. Okay, now I've kind of got the Wally West Flash with all of his Speed Force effects that I want. I didn't put any on the boots because those are going to be kind of hard to see, so just the ones that I needed, and then I'm going to put them in display. The shelf is almost done. I think I am going to add Simon Baz's Green Lantern. I have him here with a couple of constructs. He's got his little hammer and then his little fist gauntlet thing. Going to try and slide him in here. Ouch. Don't hit Superman. Don't hit Blue Beetle either. Okay. Okay, now we've just got, I think, one more character just to add to the display, but overall I'm actually really loving this display right now. And here it is, guys, the finished product for my new Justice League DC Multiverse action figure shelf. I am so proud of this one. I think it's definitely miles better than the previous one. Still go check out those. I think I did 2 Justice League display videos in the past, so go check out those 2. But yeah, I'm really loving this display, so without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. Starting off here at the front, we have, I think, in my opinion, that the core members that I have in my collection, at least, we have Wonder Woman over here. And again, this is not my favorite version of Wonder Woman, but it is the only Wonder Woman action figure I have. So that's like the winter one that came in like the Frost Giant, not Frost Giant, that's Marvel. But the Ice Guy wave, forgot his name. And then over here we have the Page Puncher's Flash. Again, not my ideal Flash in my collection, but it is like the closest one that I have to the comic book version. And then we have the Atom over here with the smaller version of Atom also on the DC Multiverse stand. Behind those two, you have the Digital Wave Aquaman, which I actually really, really like. I would like to get the JSA version of Aquaman soon, but it is what it is. And then over here for the Batman, I opted out with the first appearance Batman, which I actually really like overall on the shelf. I like the little touch of purple on his gloves. And then we have the Hal Jordan Green Lantern, which not too happy with his pose. I wish I'd be I wish I could do a better pose, but that's what I got right now. Then behind those two, we have Commander Steel right there, which I actually really like that figure. He was in my top 10 DC Multiverses last year. Same with actually Hal Jordan and Batman over here as well. And then up here on the flight stand, front and center, we have the new 52 Superman. This one is so amazing. I love that figure. Definitely one of my favorite figures of 2025 so far. But yeah, I have them there on the flight stand, and I just love how it looks in the middle center right there. And then behind him, we have the Nightfall Nightwing over there. And then the Wildcat figure right there. I was about to call him Catman, but Wildcat. Then we have Booster Gold and Blue Beetle in their little pose over there, taking a selfie, which I really love that pose. That's why I didn't change it from the last display. I do think if I do get more characters eventually, that I do have some more room in the back here. Because the front of it is pretty filled up, I think. But in the back, I do think that I have some more room in there. And I do like to say that these DC Multiverse stands actually come in clutch, because like I think every single figure on the stand right here, even like the little tiny Atom right there. Forgot to mention that I have Flash with some Flash effects right there, some Speed Force effects. But yeah, so that Blue Beetle and Booster Gold pose is pretty cool. And then we have another Green Lantern at the back there. We have Simon Baz. I am tempted to add a Kyle Rayner eventually, maybe back there with him, but I'm not sure. And then over here, because I do actually have a Kyle Rayner, but I just didn't want to have too many, you know, Green Lanterns on the shelf, because I've already got Hal Jordan and Simon Baz. But and then over here we have the movie Blue Beetle, which is kind of just shoved in there. Don't care for his pose, but you can't really see it anyways because Superman's kind of blocking him, but it is what it is. And then back there we have Wally West Flash with some of his Speed Force effects. His pose, he's not really in a running pose, he's kind of just in his standing pose, just because I didn't have enough room to have him in a running pose. But and then over here we have a Wave Rider right there with some of his electrical effects. So yeah, overall guys, I really love this Justice League shelf, and it's way more appealing to look at now. Now that I have like this, it's a better just shelf presence with some of these newer figures, and then also just with the way that I put the figures in, the setup of it is just very dynamic and lovely to look at. So yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that YouTube rigmarole, and make sure to watch some of the new upcoming videos, and also check out some of the previous Justice League display videos and just display videos in general. So that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the usual. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.